I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. I wake up at 7 o'clock every morning. I open my eyes and stretch my arms. I open my eyes and stretch my arms. I turn off my alarm clock and yawn. I turn off my alarm clock and yawn. I get out of bed slowly. I get out of bed slowly. I walk to the bathroom sleepily. I walk to the bathroom sleepily. I brush my teeth with mint toothpaste. I brush my teeth with mint toothpaste. I take a warm shower to wake up. I take a warm shower to wake up. I dry myself with a soft towel. I dry myself with a soft towel. I comb my hair carefully. I comb my hair carefully. I put on clean clothes for the day. I put on clean clothes for the day. I choose a blue shirt today. I choose a blue shirt today. I select comfortable jeans to wear. I select comfortable jeans to wear. I put on warm socks. I put on warm socks. I go to the kitchen for breakfast. I go to the kitchen for breakfast. I make a cup of coffee for energy. I make a cup of coffee for energy. I heat milk in the microwave. I heat milk in the microwave. I add sugar to my coffee. I add sugar to my coffee. I prepare toast with butter and jam. I prepare toast with butter and jam. I cut an apple into small pieces. I cut an apple into small pieces. I eat a bowl of cereal with milk. I eat a bowl of cereal with milk. I drink a glass of orange juice. I drink a glass of orange juice. I check my phone for messages. I check my phone for messages. I read the news on my tablet. I read the news on my tablet. I feed my cat her morning meal. I feed my cat her morning meal. I fill her water bowl. I fill her water bowl. I pet her soft fur. I pet her soft fur. I water the plants on my windowsill. I water the plants on my windowsill. I open the curtains to let in sunlight. I open the curtains to let in sunlight. I make my bed before leaving my room. I make my bed before leaving my room. I fluff my pillows. I fluff my pillows. I straighten my blanket. I straighten my blanket. I put on my shoes by the door. I put on my shoes by the door. I grab my keys from the hook. I grab my keys from the hook. I check the weather on my phone. I check the weather on my phone. I decide to take an umbrella. I decide to take an umbrella. I put on a light jacket. I put on a light jacket. I lock my apartment door behind me. I lock my apartment door behind me. I walk down the stairs of my building. I walk down the stairs of my building. I say good morning to my neighbor. I say good morning to my neighbor. I feel the fresh morning air on my face. I feel the fresh morning air on my face. I walk to the bus stop. I walk to the bus stop. I wait for 5 minutes. I wait for 5 minutes. I board the bus when it arrives. I board the bus when it arrives. I find an empty seat. I find an empty seat. I look out the window during the ride. I look out the window during the ride. I see many people going about their day. I see many people going about their day. I listen to music on my headphones. I listen to music on my headphones. I get off at the central station. I get off at the central station. I walk through the park. I walk through the park. I notice birds singing in the trees. I notice birds singing in the trees. I see flowers blooming along the path. I see flowers blooming along the path. I return home after morning activities. I return home after morning activities. I unlock my door and step inside. I unlock my door and step inside. I kick off my shoes at the entrance. I kick off my shoes at the entrance. I hang my jacket in the closet. I hang my jacket in the closet. I wash my hands in the sink. I wash my hands in the sink. I prepare a simple lunch for myself. I prepare a simple lunch for myself. I open the refrigerator to find ingredients. I open the refrigerator to find ingredients. I take out cheese and vegetables. I take out cheese and vegetables. I find bread in the pantry. I find bread in the pantry. I make a sandwich with cheese and vegetables. I make a sandwich with cheese and vegetables. I add a little mustard for flavor. I add a little mustard for flavor. I pour myself a glass of water. I pour myself a glass of water. I sit at my small kitchen table. I sit at my small kitchen table. I eat slowly and enjoy each bite. I eat slowly and enjoy each bite. I wash my dishes after eating. I wash my dishes after eating. I dry them with a kitchen towel. I dry them with a kitchen towel. I put them away in the cabinet. I put them away in the cabinet. I sit on my couch to relax. I sit on my couch to relax. I put my feet up on the coffee table. I put my feet up on the coffee table. I turn on the television. I turn on the television. I watch the news for 15 minutes. I watch the news for 15 minutes. I change the channel to a documentary. I change the channel to a documentary. I learn about ocean animals. I learn about ocean animals. I turn off the television. I turn off the television. I read a few pages of my book. I read a few pages of my book. I mark my page with a bookmark. I mark my page with a bookmark. I practice playing my guitar for 30 minutes. I practice playing my guitar for 30 minutes. I learn a new song. I learn a new song. I write down the chords in my notebook. I write down the chords in my notebook. I call my mother to say hello. I call my mother to say hello. I tell her about my day. I tell her about my day. I listen to her stories. I listen to her stories. I promise to visit soon. I promise to visit soon. I talk with my friend on the phone. I talk with my friend on the phone. I laugh at his jokes. I laugh at his jokes. I make plans to meet on the weekend. I make plans to meet on the weekend. I clean the living room quickly. I clean the living room quickly. I dust the shelves with a cloth. I dust the shelves with a cloth. I vacuum the carpet. I vacuum the carpet. I sweep the floor with a broom. I sweep the floor with a broom. I organize papers on my desk. I organize papers on my desk. I file important documents. I file important documents. I throw away old receipts. I throw away old receipts. I check my email on my computer. I check my email on my computer. I reply to 3 messages. I reply to 3 messages. I write in my journal about my day. I write in my journal about my day. I make a shopping list for later. I make a shopping list for later. I check what food I need. I check what food I need. I put on comfortable clothes for exercise. I put on comfortable clothes for exercise. I tie the laces on my running shoes. I tie the laces on my running shoes. I stretch my legs and arms carefully. I stretch my legs and arms carefully. I do 10 push-ups. I do 10 push-ups. I perform 15 sit-ups. I perform 15 sit-ups. I grab my water bottle. I grab my water bottle. I go for a walk in the nearby park. I go for a walk in the nearby park. I follow the walking trail. I follow the walking trail. I enjoy the fresh air outside. I enjoy the fresh air outside. I notice the color of the leaves on trees. I notice the color of the leaves on trees. I wave to other people walking. I wave to other people walking. I watch children playing on the playground. I watch children playing on the playground. I sit on a bench to rest for a moment. I sit on a bench to rest for a moment. I drink from my water bottle. I drink from my water bottle. I check the time on my watch. I check the time on my watch. I decide to head back home. I decide to head back home. I return home as the sun begins to set. I return home as the sun begins to set. I turn on the lights in my apartment. I turn on the lights in my apartment. I change into more comfortable clothes. I change into more comfortable clothes. I put on my favorite sweatshirt. I put on my favorite sweatshirt. I decide to go grocery shopping. I decide to go grocery shopping. I grab my shopping bags. I grab my shopping bags. I walk to the local store. I walk to the local store. I take my shopping list from my pocket. I take my shopping list from my pocket. I shop for groceries at the local store. I shop for groceries at the local store. I select fresh vegetables. I select fresh vegetables. I choose ripe fruit. I choose ripe fruit. I pick up a loaf of bread. I pick up a loaf of bread. I buy milk and eggs. I buy milk and eggs. I get pasta for dinner tonight. I get pasta for dinner tonight. I pay at the checkout counter. I pay at the checkout counter. I carry heavy bags up to my apartment. I carry heavy bags up to my apartment. I put food away in the refrigerator. I put food away in the refrigerator. I organize items in the pantry. I organize items in the pantry. I begin cooking dinner in my kitchen. I begin cooking dinner in my kitchen. I wash my hands before cooking. I wash my hands before cooking. I put on an apron. I put on an apron. I chop vegetables on the cutting board. I chop vegetables on the cutting board. I slice onions carefully. I slice onions carefully. I dice tomatoes into small cubes. I dice tomatoes into small cubes. I boil water for pasta in a pot. I boil water for pasta in a pot. I add salt to the water. I add salt to the water. I pour olive oil in a pan. I pour olive oil in a pan. I saute the vegetables. I saute the vegetables. I stir the sauce with a wooden spoon. I stir the sauce with a wooden spoon. I taste it to check the flavor. I taste it to check the flavor. I mix the pasta with the sauce. I mix the pasta with the sauce. I set the table for my meal. I set the table for my meal. I place a fork and knife neatly. I place a fork and knife neatly. I pour a glass of water. I pour a glass of water. I light a candle for atmosphere. I light a candle for atmosphere. I eat dinner while watching television. I eat dinner while watching television. I watch a comedy show. I watch a comedy show. I laugh at the funny scenes. I laugh at the funny scenes. I enjoy a dessert of fruit and yogurt. I enjoy a dessert of fruit and yogurt. I wash all the dishes in hot water. I wash all the dishes in hot water. I wipe the counter clean. I wipe the counter clean. I sweep the kitchen floor. I sweep the kitchen floor. I take out the trash. I take out the trash. I decide to take a bath. I decide to take a bath. I wash my hair with shampoo. I wash my hair with shampoo. I take a relaxing bath with bubbles. I take a relaxing bath with bubbles. I dry off with a fluffy towel. I dry off with a fluffy towel. I brush my teeth before bed. I brush my teeth before bed. I close the curtains. I close the curtains. I say goodnight to my cat. I say goodnight to my cat. I get into bed. I get into bed. I close my eyes as I lie in bed. I close my eyes as I lie in bed. I feel grateful for my day. I feel grateful for my day.